Hello, everybody. Yeah, I just took a nap, so I'm a wee bit sweaty because it's hot in my house. I could always fucking know. The AC is always broken, apparently. And I still need to trim my bangs. Oh well. But I have my envelope covered in crap that I want to talk about. So let's do that. I'm sorry, it's been a minute, and then I've been kind of accumulating ideas and shit. So, Alright. Here's one great topic that I can always go on and on about. Strong female characters in modern art, media, whatever, they're essentially just dudes, and that's kind of shitty. Because let me tell you, I grew up watching Avatar: The Last Airbender as it aired on TV. 1 second. And that shit defined a generation, if I put so strongly, but Katara was my fucking role model. She was my idol. I loved her. And she was an actual strong female character that actually acted like a person. And people will have their nitpicks with Katara's character because she is very strong and motherly and overbearing, which can be a weakness of her. But I find that as just good writing. You know, she doesn't have to be a fucking Mary Sue and, oh, she's perfect at everything and yada, yada, yada. I feel like even as far back as just my childhood, there were actually cases of like real genuine diversity and shit instead of this force-fed bullcrap we get now. It's crazy. Like look at older cartoons like Captain Planet, like Hey Arnold, like just all the old Nicktoons. Really, they're a lot more diverse. There's always going to be, you know, Asian girl, wheelchair kid, black kid. There's always going to be that. I remember talking to my brother talking to my brother about it, saying like every textbook had like the wheelchair kid, the black kid, and the Asian girl. It was almost always an Asian girl, but whatever. Hello. All right. So this is actually something I thought about, I think, a day or two ago. And I was watching, I want to say, the podcast of the Lotus Eaters. I still want to call him Sargon because that's just how I know him in my heart and soul. He's looking great, by the way. I'm so happy for him. Sargon is a babe, by the way. I've always been into those silver foxes, those gray wolves. Now. I don't have a chance. He's across the ocean, all right? I can look, but I can't touch. So, y'all probably already know the phrase, behind every great man is a great woman. I thought of a non-feministy version of that. How did I write this down? Oh, yeah. A successful man has a successful relationship. Doesn't that sound like the non-feministy version of behind every great man is a great woman? And I feel like I want to obviously say, yeah, behind every great man is a great woman. But it's not in the, well, she's doing everything behind the scenes and he's really just mooching off of her. No, stop. I'm sorry, I'm hella distracted. I didn't realize how greasy my hair got from sleeping because I saw that there was a little wet spot on my pillow because I turned off this fan and whatever. Hold on. Did that help? I'm sorry. It's just my camera quality. Sorry. It also allows for the gaze, yes. But so this is something I actually wanted to get deeper into, which is further on this, but let's see. Kind of want to regather all my thoughts before I go farther. But let's see. Where was I going? Successful relationships. All right. A woman's role is to be a support role to man. But what people don't like to talk about, what people don't want to ever mention, is that a man's role is also supposed to be a woman's support role. No one fucking mentions this, ever. But it's true, and it just goes unspoken, because bitches, man. So this is how I've always felt like this is just the general system. This is how the hierarchy should be arranged within our society, at least. This is just the way I've always felt this. Here's my analogy. The man is the physical house. He is the wood. He is the roof. He is the brick walls, whatever. The woman is the fire and the hearth inside that warms the house. And I like this analogy because with just an empty house, you might have protection. You might be strong, but you don't have something to come home and rely on. You don't have that warmth. You don't have to. Don't have anything that allows you to break down those walls at the end of the day and just relax. Meanwhile, if you're just the fire, just the hearth, just whatever, you don't have anything to protect the fire from going out. You might be free. You can probably spread wherever you like, but it's, you get what I mean? And, I drew a little image here. Can you see it? House, fire. But wood. But this is another thing I've always it just more things that branch off into something else. It's just like spider webs or more accurately tree roots or something. The damsel in distress trope is the male version of the Beauty and the Beast trope. And they're supposed to mirror each other because one is the male's power fantasy role and the other is the female's power fantasy role. Power fantasy isn't really the best descriptor word. It's more, I think, closely accurate to maybe kind of power fantasy is the right one. I don't know. But damsel in distress, what happens in that kind of trope story? Female often gets taken away by some external force, and then the man has to be the one that steps up to the plate, has to be the one that's like, I'll save you and I'll defend your honor and yada yada. That is physical rescue. Now, on the flip side, Beauty and the Beast, what is the trope itself? It is a woman saving a man from himself, essentially. That is a emotional rescue. And that's why I feel like these are supposed to mirror each other, because this is what, man protects woman physically, woman protects man mentally, emotionally. And that's why I feel like that's why I feel like these stories have always been passed down just very sneakily so we don't forget. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, man. You're always one of my homies. I just noticed. You can see how right here, my collar goes right up to my neck, and right here, it goes farther out. Thanks, birth defects. I love it. Because one shoulder sits up slightly higher than the other. Just noticed that. And then I think for instance, my brother was mentioning this today. There's this one tribe, I think in the Amazon or somewhere, where they have bullet ants, and they have the woven mitt things that the men of the tribe will stick their hands into for 10 minutes and dance around, and that's their rite of passage into manhood. You ever realize how there's not really many female passages into womanhood? It's because nature does it ourselves. Periods. Births. Need I say more? That's why I feel like that's I'm sorry, this comment just threw me off. I'm sorry. Oh, absolutely. Just especially when you consider that a lot of especially Norse mythology in particular. My brain is just going. But like when the Christians went and tried to Catholicize the Vikings and shit, they were like, oh yeah, your gods, those are just minor gods in our religion. Yeah, totally. So I feel like there's always going to be some sort of like ancient human or pagan or some sort of like primal man story, even if it's been bastardized by something external from that. Sorry. And also, I'm a reference Jordan Peterson here for a moment, but I remember him saying something along the lines of like women are the ones that they're the deciders. They are the ones that determine if a man gets a mate, if a man procreates, so on and so forth. I really do like this concept because it's like, yeah, it's the men that always had to have a rite of passage into manhood. Women do that biologically. So I'm trying to like connect these two ideas, and I feel like I better had it when I was writing it down. I'm sorry. Oh, I remember now. There was a podcast of the Lotus Eaters video, Nature is Unforgiving to Women. And I think it's like that 3-ish months old. But I was watching that the other day, and that's where a lot of this came from. It's like society is gynocentric because we have to protect the female that is going to be able to provide us future generations, for one, but also because nature in itself is unforgiving towards females. Women are the ones that are the weaker sex. Women are the ones with more fragile bones. We are the ones with wider hips, therefore we can't run as efficiently. We are the ones that just, y'all know what I mean, you know? So that's why I feel like polite society, while it has absolutely fucking corrupted, without a fucking doubt, being in a gynocentric society, it really, as opposed to something that a feminist would actually hate and be patriarchal, like Islam, in that kind of society, it's like the Daniel Tosh joke, I am below a house cat. But in this society, it's, hey, sadly in the modern era, it's more like I am above an average person, an average man. I don't believe that, but this is why I say use your female privilege for good instead of evil. Use that pussy pass for good instead of evil, because it's like what Jordan Peterson said. Women are the deciders. It's Mother Nature. You know what I mean? I wish I was more eloquent about it, but I feel like I'm better typing about it than speaking. My brain is always like, I have just no filter. My brain is like just cranking the wheel. Let's go, 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 fast, fast. And then my brain's like, my mental filter, it's like, wait, I can't. Sorry. Yes, it is. And people really want to try to debate this about like, no, it's not, because everyone's just afraid. Well, there is certainly an air of fear with, oh God, they might be armed. But I imagine the criminal is going to be more afraid because he's the one that could actually be at risk of being shot. He's the one at risk of breaking the law. I, for one, I am 5'3.5", 5'4" on a good day, depends on how my spine acts. I am a small bitch with birth defects. I am weak. I want a gun. I don't want a taser. I don't want pepper spray. I want something that's not going to just put you on the motherfucking ground, but put you in the fucking hospital. I don't want to be kidnapped. I don't want to be thrown into a sex trafficking ring. I don't want any of that. No, thank you. So I will, you know what I mean? God. like, this is why I feel like this is another instance of use your pussy pass for good instead of evil. Just like how in the state of South Carolina, once they started pushing the race bullshit, they're actually considering legalizing weed. It's like, well, but my racism. Okay, maybe we have to legalize weed now. Just like if you do, well, my sexism, maybe we can actually have some form of security come back. I don't know. But, you know, appeal to the narcissist. It is hot up in here. I might have to turn that fan back on. I'm sorry. Because the bitch is getting sweaty. Ugh, I'm all slick. Oh, I hate it. So let's see. I've gone through just about everything on here. Some other things can be saved for a different video. One shitty part of just this is I'll have a great idea, but it's like a little one-liner, and it's just not enough for a video. So that's why I kind of like these live streams. I can just kind of like have multiple topics at once. So yeah. Sorry for the dead air. Oh yeah, this is another instant example of something that was on the backside of this. Where'd it go? The role of women in society / why a good mom is so critical for the future. Because not only just good mom, but good parents in general, obviously. Oh, no, I'll get to that in a second. But women are the manipulators of nature. We have to be. Women are the ones that have to manipulate the stronger sex into protecting us. So we're like, oh, I can give you this, this, and that. Because it's harder for us to pull our own weight. It's probably going to be harder for us to pull double weight. So, but that's why I hate using the phrasing of manipulator, but it has to be, it's just the correct way of phrasing it, because y'all know how ducks evolved to have like absolutely fucking ridiculous dicks and shit. It's kind of like that kind of sexual warfare evolution thing, if y'all understand. Because it's like the male duck evolved his dick to be long and whatever, but the female duck evolved to have a like elaborate coochie to counteract the duck dick. But that's why I feel like with manipulation between the genders and sexual roles and etc., I hate calling it manipulation, but it technically is. For instance, just think of like your stereotypical husband and wife, whatever. Just think of the wife, honey, I need you to do this for me. And, you know, the trade-off is, well, I'll give you my body, or I'll do this for you for this in exchange. That's not manipulation, it's persuasion. But you can totally see where it can be expanded upon. You know what I mean? And on the flip side, men, it's like, well, I need this, and you have something I need. It's like it's very back and forth. There needs to be more of a trade-off. Thank you. Because women have been brainwashed into thinking that they can just do it all. Men are just fucking just robots that have no feelings. They just don't work in the world the same way women do. It's like, I hate this fucking form of brainwashing because it has actually affected me, and I've had to actually unlearn this shit because it starts young. I distinctly remember thinking as a kid that guys just didn't feel like emotion. I don't know where that came from. And like I remember it wasn't until I saw a boy crying in front of me, and it just made me feel fucking not only just sad but disgusted. Like, not like, obviously that's, I'll move on before I dig myself a further grave. But it's like we have to rely upon each other, and it can't be all one-sided, all females can do this, all guys. It's like, stop. There's so much gray area in life. You can't just say vast assumption and fast assumption, and those are correct. No. But yeah, I feel like the social contract has been broken entirely, because it's like, women don't have to, there's nothing policing a woman to be monogamous, to save herself for whatever reason, to have any kind of form of common decency, to not act like a fucking entitled slut. Just like, you not only have a role, but you have shit that you have to exchange back. You know what I mean? Like, it's a two-way street. This is why I love when I see bitches that are like, fuck men ain't shit, I hate guys, kill all men. And then in the very, very next breath, it's like, why can't I find a date? Men aren't good enough for me. Really, lady? Maybe you have to, like, lower your standards and, like, completely reevaluate the way you see your fellow man, because you're a fucking cunt. Sorry. That's why no one wants to be around your ass. Me too. Misogynist. Okay. Feminism. Lol. That is the joke. That's just the joke entirely. Like, I hate seeing this. I typically kind of stay off social media outside of, like, YouTube and occasionally Instagram, because I'll use Instagram to, like, talk with some friends and kind of use it like my own personal, like, lookbook, honestly. But I hate when I see just very casual misandry online, especially on Instagram. There's this one post I saw where it's like, it's a picture of a guy that said men have rights, and then it was like, see why this is false. It's like, what the fuck? The Maine to hell with Spain. Oh, remember the Maine. I'm sorry, that just, like, completely went. Everything! Feminists are essentially just incels. Incels are essentially just feminists. Sorry I said it. I've been saying it for a while now. But I could. Just. I have so many words, but just nowhere to start. What does this comment say? Femcells. Yes. That's like all my brain was screaming, just femcells. Like, I couldn't think of anything but that. Also about how MGTOWs used to fucking bitch at me. They were so fucking shitty about, one, I'm not a real Trump supporter. I'm not really right wing. I just do it for the penis, despite the fact that I've been with the same guy since 2017. Whatever. But, and then, it's like, if y'all are gonna have this precedent of fuck you based on your gender, you don't want it thrown back on your ass. So stop letting it happen. You know what I mean? Oh, gosh. My nose. Ugh. All right, it's almost 7 o'clock Eastern time. I am going to take a shower after this because I'm a sweaty bitch, unfortunately, like I am all the time. I cannot wait for fucking winter. Y'all, I am so done with having the back of my head just be like sweat. I do want to end on a pretty good, funny / whatever note. No. Okay, actually, I think I know what I want to end off on. OnlyFans. Fuck OnlyFans. The only time I've ever considered opening an OnlyFans account was a joke OnlyFans account. Like taking innocuous pictures of random shit around my house. Or dog pictures. Make a dog OnlyFans. You see, that's why I don't see it as like... I always hated the two-party system. I've always considered myself independent. And that's why I always say I lean this way or the other way. Because I just don't want that stamp hard label of one or the other. So... Sorry, throat's a little fucked up. It's always with, at least for me, it's just what works, what's practical, what makes the most sense, what aligns the most with what I feel is correct. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's more to the right, more populist, more less left-wing, more even conservative or traditional. You can totally have things within like conservatism, traditionalism that are not good, but you can still have the general whole and then pick out the little bad shit that you can cherry pick with your own beliefs. I'm sorry, you can. Dude, I've seen cosplayers get slutty on headstones, and it is really, really fucking disgusting. Like, I don't say the word disgusting lightly, especially when it's not like something physically gross, like vomit or shit or something. But that kind of shit is disgusting because it's like, you're literally partying up on someone's grave. This bitch is like the leg up and then the hanging off of it, probably had the tongue somewhere. It's like, why you gotta be slutty on someone's headstone? Why you gotta be a thought on somebody's fucking grave marker? Imagine if someone went to some TikToker went to the cemetery that my dad is buried in. Oh Lord, I'm tracking that bitch down and having a pleasant conversation with her. But don't. I don't get it, man. It's like, especially because in the culture I grew up in, and you always respect the dead. You do not step on a gravestone. You don't even spit near your gravestone. It's like, stop, you know. So the fact that people have no. It's like these people were raised in a fucking barn. I swear to God. Just. Oh, I don't have anything more to say than just. My face feels. I don't know. I think it's because like. This side of my sinuses out to the what is this shit called? The drainage tubes in your ears. It's been feeling stuffy. Of course, why not? We take care of y'all. We were there when no one else was for you. Real shit, I do love cemeteries though. And that's why I am so fucking grateful that I was just born into a place where the nickname of Charleston is called the Holy City. You know why? It's because the whole fucking skyline is church steeples. That means there's a bunch of fucking cemeteries in downtown Charleston. And they're all beautiful. Yeah. Okay. I am sufficiently stewing in my own fluids. Sounds like a really rough time. I I bought some sushi today and had some wasabi, and that helped for like 10 seconds. I have not listened to Insane Clown Posse. Sorry. I find them themselves odd. Their music just hard to get into. Nothing personal. I'm very picky with my music, so. That's another thing. People are starting to appropriate the word bass. People that are not right-leaning. This is irritating, especially considering they're not using it right. I think PewDiePie say the word bass last night, and I'm like, Pewds, shut up. You would get fucking canceled if you use that word correctly. Again. I know of Guar. Again, I've just never really listened to them. Sorry. Guar actually kind of reminds me of Ningen Is. I'll type that name in the chat. Y'all might have seen it. They got really popular, I think, mid-pandemic, or if not earlier, because they had some of their songs just fucking slapped. Ningen Is. Human chair. That's what it means. It's weird. Ah. Okay, so like, I'm sorry, completely off topic, completely random. So if you just noticed, I just kind of went and like helicoptered my hair like this. Just anyway. I listened to some Iron Maiden here and there. I had some friends that were really into Iron Maiden. Just once again, I'm kind of picky. I'm pretty sure if you put on Iron Maiden, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I've heard the song, I like it, or yeah, it's not a problem, you can keep it on. It's like, Iron Maiden's one of those bands to me. It's kind of like AC/DC. It's like you can just have it on, I don't care. You can like play any song, I probably know it, or at least heard of it. Five Finger Death Punch. Once again, no, I'm sorry, I haven't gotten into them. And I think it was Five Finger Death Punch that I actually tried to get into and was just like, no, sorry, I can't. I'm not into it. Let me give you some bands that I actually am into before you just start shooting out names and I just say no. But let me preface this with saying I seldom listen to music anymore. You kind of don't. I don't. I watch a bunch of YouTube, but I don't really listen to that much music. A lot of the music I listen to is at least Gen X, if not Boomer. But let's see. I like a lot of Rammstein. I like some Ministry here and there. Dope is good. I love me some Boomer rock, some Led Zeppelin, some Fleetwood Mac, some just more of those really classic bands that everyone knows at least one song of, like Electric Light Orchestra or who was the motherfucker? The name escapes me, but you'll know, just like the really classic 70s jams that come on the radio or float around on YouTube. Like, if it has a comment that says, I'm only 13 and I like this music, it's probably a song that I like. I actually never heard of that. Sorry. There's like one Godsmack song I like. Vampires. Trying to think of like, I'm trying to like mentally go through my old playlist. Rob Zombie. Love Rob Zombie. Actually, there's a local pizza joint where they have music based, like, the menu is all like classic rock based. And my favorite pizza there is the White Zombie pizza, which is like a white sauce pizza with broccoli and onion. It's just so good. I love it. But oh, I can go for that pizza right the fuck now. Okay, this oh my gosh. We went from politics to music. That's probably actually a good place to end now that I think about it. But especially because I am Sweating my titties off. Let me check one thing. Pardon for the dead air, but I just wanted to. Also, yeah, I have been less active on Instagram. Why the fuck did I say Instagram? Because I'm holding my phone. On YouTube, been more on Discord. Even then, little less on Discord. But I might have to show you it. I might have to show you straight out of my Discord. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. This is also relevant to the. Also janky, I know. Whoops.
If I say men are trash or white people are trash, and the first thing
better? Yes.
To come out of your mouth is not all, I'm gonna look at you like the idiot you are, because that's given. Obviously not all, but one too many, and that's the issue.
Okay, well, if I say Muslims practice incest or the Muslim world is largely inbred, and the first thing you say is, not all, that's not true. Well, I'm going to look at you and say, you're probably incest. You're probably inbred. Yeah, it's like, not all, but like 70%.
Oh! Sorry. But I think with that, I'm going to go because I need to turn that fan back the fuck on. I am stewing. I am brewing. Her boyfriend, her dad, her brother, her cousins, her uncle. I think I have a Telegram account. I don't use it. Because Telegram is like Twitter, and I never really got into Twitter. Twitter, in my eyes, is kind of like you're just speaking into the ether. It's like, okay. Weird. But, yeah. Also, one last thing before I go. It is very odd that feminism tries to go buddy-buddy with Islam, considering feminism is, like, non-existent in Islam. Actually, Islam kind of needs feminism. In a bizarre twist of events. Sorry, I prefer to live in a society that, you know, I can, like, wear my hair down, and I can actually wear this kind of cut of clothing and not get beaten to death. I know, it's a shocker, right? Yeah. Alright, now I'm actually going to try to fuck off for real. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and watching. But what is that game? What is that game where that noise is like? What is that game? Oh no! What a nightmare! Whatever that is. I don't want to look like I'm wearing a big old fucking trash bag over me. Sorry. I'm not a desert flea. Alright, I will fuck off. See y'all later.